Welcome to Mock the Mock, where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I mock it, give you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a great one for you today. We're going to be heading over to CBS, taking a look at the always interesting Ryan Wilson and his mock draft, current draft order up. Don't know if there's trades. Buckle in and find out with me. Round one, Tennessee Titans. Might not be any trades in this one. They go with Arvell Reese. Linebacker / edge. We might as well start calling him an edge if he's going this high. At Ohio State. People are seeing the upside. They like the explosiveness, the closing speed, the power from Reese. Even if he comes in with, because he's going to, sub 33-inch arms. People like the upside of Reese. If you're the Titans, you don't need quarterback, honestly. Preferably, you probably want to trade back. Still, trade back within a decent distance to where you can still get one of the top receivers. Probably for the Titans specifically, you're looking at Carnell Tate. You're looking at Jordan Tyson. I think Mekhi Lemon is just, they already kind of have that role, kind of, sort of, on their roster. Though, hey, if those other two options are off the board, I think I'd still say send it. Freaking Mekhi Lemon's wonderful, but they get Reese here. They need some pass rush. It makes sense. We're going to the Giants, who take Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. I'm kind of perplexed. If I'm the Giants, I'm sitting here at 2. I can't move. Then I might just send it with the wide receiver. That's the only thing I really would actually consider doing at this pick. There's not a tackle here, and even in this class, there's questions with the arm length when it comes to the top tackle prospects. Defensively, you're looking at the secondary. That's why you have Caleb Downs going here to the Giants. But safety at 2, positional value, it's kind of a thing. You kind of want to shoot on premium positions, especially in the top 10. So I think I would just shoot my shot at a wide receiver if I can't trade down. Again, it's Giants picking at 2 it's kind of a problem. And then at pick 3, it's our first quarterback off the board for the New Orleans Saints, Fernando Mendoza. He is currently, still is, the betting odds favorite to go first overall. So him going here is really no surprise. But the Saints, he's looked all right, man. He's looked all right. So I think I would go elsewhere. Receiver would be top of my head. I think also a pass rusher would also make sense. Ruben Bain here. I think I'd be willing to do that. Be kind of a coin toss if I could get my pick a wide receiver. But I mean, there's going to be conversations, or the wide receiver is worth a top 5 pick in this class. And I think at the end of the day, there's just not enough elite prospects in this class. You kind of just got to get over and be willing just to take the top player at their position. Mendoza, I talk about it on my stock report video from yesterday. Wasn't the most inspiring game against Purdue, but it's against Purdue. Let's see how he is this weekend in the Big Ten championship game. Because again, that could change a lot of heads. Hey, it's a battle between potential first overall picks, future first overall picks. That's kind of nuts. And then the Raiders, they're going to go with Peter Woods, defensive lineman out of Clemson. Man, people crapping on Peter Woods. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and I just can't stand by it. The dude's a hell of a good prospect. A hell of a good prospect. I know that the production this year might not be like blow your pants off, but at 6'3", they got him listed here at 310. He's going to be somewhere between 310, 315. And just for how athletic he is at that size, he just has this game-wrecking potential that reminds you of prospects like Derek Brown and Quinnen Williams. So I'm not saying he's on the level of those guys when they were coming out, but he should be considered a top 10 pick. That's just kind of my opinion on it. For the Raiders, feels like, yeah, we got bigger fish to fry then going after Peter Woods, really, you're going to see people mock all kinds of different things for the Raiders until we kind of get a better idea of what their plan is this offseason. Are they going to continue to, hey, no, Pete Carroll, you're our guy, so let's try to make this team as competitive as possible? Because then Peter Woods makes a little bit more sense. Or if it's like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe we're not as ready as we thought we were. Let's get a new head coach and kind of start this rebuild. So then maybe a quarterback at this selection.
We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics, and it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged.
At pick 5, we got Dante Moore, quarterback out of Oregon, going to the Cleveland Browns. We still got to see more from Shedeur, but based on the last couple of weeks, I'm still kind of in on the Browns being in the quarterback market. If Moore does come out in this class, he's my top quarterback. I like a lot of what he's done. I think he's been the most consistent quarterback thus far this season among the guys kind of eligible for this class. So no problem with the pick here. Washington Commanders go with Keldrick Folk. I kind of would want to take a wide receiver here. Get someone to pair up with Terry McLaurin. Debo will be a free agent. Keldrick Folk, I get it. He checks a lot of boxes when it comes to just what Dan Quinn likes in his defensive linemen, defensive ends even. So yeah, the fit makes a ton of sense, but for me, I'm probably looking at, hey, how can we maximize Jaden Daniels? Maybe a Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Kai Lemon even. I mean, you get your pick of the first wide receiver off the board. I think I would send it and go do it. Pick 7, New York Jets go with Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. So now all 3 top quarterbacks are off the board. I'm curious if we might see a Lenore Sellers at some point in this draft. Maybe we don't. But the Jets, listen, Aaron Glenn, do you think Aaron Glenn wants to go into year 2 with no plan at franchise quarterback? Is this the best class to take a quarterback? No, but man, if you're Aaron Glenn, you are so fireable going into year 2 without a quarterback, right? Is your leash that long enough that they're going to let you ride out another piss poor year? Let's call it what it'll probably be in 2027. It probably will be that. I think maybe they can go out and get a stopgap option in Kyler Murray and then maybe go get a quarterback in 2027. I think, honestly, if Kyler Murray does get moved, the Jets feel like a likely option because I don't think anyone's going to be paying a first for Kyler Murray. Just don't. So, yeah, Ty Simpson kind of had an uneven game against Auburn. The Arizona Cardinals are coming here at pick 8 and taking Spencer Fano, offensive lineman out of Utah, whether it's right tackle, right guard. I think he immediately plugs and plays at either or position. I put him at tackle and see if it works first. It's a more valuable position, and if you could hit on that, you're ecstatic. If not, you could kick him into guard, that right guard, because you do need help there as well. But before we get to pick 9, I got to give a shout out to our friends over at Underdog of Fantasy. Download the app, sign up with promo code Broshmo. They match that first deposit up to $1,000 dues. Whether you like weekly best ball or higher lower on player stats, get in on the action. They have promos each and every day for you to take advantage of. But let the first one you take advantage of be promo code Broshmo, and that's when you sign up. But as always, play responsibly and play within your means. Pick 9, Los Angeles Rams go with Francis Maui Noah, offensive tackle out of Miami. So I guess in this scenario, this is your Rob Havenstein replacement. Hold the phone. I think they might already have their replacement in Warren McClendon, who's playing good football. So I'm starting to think right tackle might not be a need for the Rams. But let's put a pin in that. Let's wait and see. Let the season play out. Ruben Bain, the edge out of Miami, is going to the Cincinnati Bengals. They need defense. They can't rush the passer. Trey Hendrickson will be gone next year. This is incredible value. I like it. Pick 11, Minnesota Vikings go with Jeremiah Love. Welcome to what's going to be the favorite spot for Love to go, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. If you want to help out JJ McCarthy, you feel like your offensive line is good when healthy, it is. That's the truth. Then, yeah, get someone he could just hand the ball off to. It's going to make life easier. Aaron Jones is often hurt. Jordan Mason has just not been that consistent this season. So this is just where everyone and their mom's going to project Jeremiah Love. Mind you, no wide receiver off the board yet. Pick 12, and that changes here. The Miami Dolphins go with Carnell Tate, wide receiver at Ohio State. They need a wide receiver. I think Carnell Tate is actually an ideal fit, him or Jordan Tyson, because I would say Wandell or Jalen Waddle kind of already serves as the Mekhi Lemon role in that offense. So I actually like this one quite a bit. I think it's pretty good. I think, hey, you got one more year. Tua, get him some help. And if it doesn't work out, then blow this sucker up. And then the Kansas City Chiefs are here at 13. They go with Brandon Cease, corner out of South Carolina. So actually, I don't recall how he did versus Clemson. I know he was coming off which he got banged up, so I don't even know if he played against Clemson. But I do know the Texas A&M game wasn't ideal. It got blown up a couple of times, but this is a wonderful athlete, probably the best athlete at the corner position in this draft when you talk about size, length, and speed. And he's been very productive. Again, we're just talking about one down game when it comes to Cease. So if teams view him as corner one, I don't blame them. I really, really don't. All right, here we go. Gamecocks, coverage matchups. Let's take a look. So Cease did play. He ended up allowing 58 yards on 3 receptions. He was targeted 6 times. No touchdowns allowed. A 31-yarder to TJ Moore. Then a 21-yarder to Cole Turner. So it looks like he had a reasonably okay game. Good for him. Good for him. Pick 14, Caden Proctor. Going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's now questions with Broderick Jones, the neck injury. He's out for the remainder of the year. I don't know how that's going to look long term, but he was already a guy that, okay, we haven't really seen it yet with him if he could be our future left tackle. So they could be in the left tackle market. They're going to be in the quarterback market. They're going to be in the wide receiver market. And defensively, there's spots. Linebacker, corner, maybe even safety. They're going to be in the market to overhaul certain aspects of this roster. Caden Proctor, to me, doesn't really move the needle too much because I think the guard play is already good. And if Proctor just doesn't work out at left tackle, then it's kind of like dunzo funzo. Okay, we burnt this pick. You know? Pick 14. We got Jermon McCoy, corner out of Tennessee, going to the Carolina Panthers. Mike Jackson actually had a really good week, I think, against the, why am I blanking? The Rams. Let's actually go look at that. I think he's actually been pretty good the last couple of weeks, which is good on him. I always thought Mike Jackson was a pretty underrated player. Thus far this season, 3 interceptions, 6 pass breakups. He's allowed a completion rate of 50.7%. That's hella solid. How was he against the Rams? Golly, borderline elite. Did allow a touchdown, but only 2 receptions on 6 targets, had the interception, only allowed 35 yards. That's pretty solid, man. And he's only been flagged twice this year, so I think they could be set at corner. I think their edge room is pee poo poo, and they could certainly do something about that in this draft class. David Bailey being here, I think that's just send it. Dallas Cowboys pick 16. This is their first of 2 first-round picks. They go Quincy Rhodes, edge out of Arkansas. I firmly think he might return. Maybe transfer with the coaching change there at Arkansas. I think there's a lot to like about him. 6'6", 275. They call him explosive. I think he's more agile, but he definitely needs to polish parts of his game. He's very much raw in some regards. I mean, he would check a box, I think, in terms of what Dallas is looking for at the edge position. But before we get to pick 17, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy, Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we have that nice, beautiful football discourse. Pick 17. Detroit Lions go Vega Iwane, the guard out of Penn State. Yeah, I like this. You could move Glasgow full-time into center. They're going to get Ragnow back next year. So Christian Mahogany's coming off a big injury. So yeah, I think refortifying the trenches makes a ton of sense. Houston Texans go with Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard out of Oregon. You could argue he's been the best offensive lineman there for Oregon. He's had a good year. He will be an older prospect. Houston Texans, offensive line seems to be the no-brainer in a mock. I try to go a little bit outside the box here and there occasionally. Linebacker, I think, could be on the table. Just saying. All right, we got the Ravens here at 19. They go Amari Washington, defensive interior out of Oregon. In terms of just size and athleticism, oh, he's got it. He has got it. You got Matabuke with a really, really severe injury. You're wondering how he'll be able to come back from that. Travis Jones will be a free agent, so the interior makes sense. Honestly, even edge, like their pass rush is kind of blah. Pick 20, CJ Allen, linebacker out of Georgia, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Heir apparent to Levante David. Maybe a guy that, if they bring back David once again, a guy that can play next to him, learn from him. Allen's been really good this year. I don't think I'd put him at linebacker 1 or 2. Again, kind of depends on how you're classifying Arvell Reese, but I think he would warrant a look in the first round, more so at the back end. All right, we got Jordan Tyson going to the Buffalo Bills at pick 21. Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. Wide receivers have fallen in this class. Golly, this would be a home run pick for the Bills if he is available, and he could be. It's not out of the realm of possibility because, well, he's got a bit of an injury history, the ACL injury his freshman season at Colorado. He had the broken collarbone for Arizona State last year heading into the playoffs, and then he's kind of been hampered by a hamstring injury this season. So medicals could end up being pretty important when it comes to Tyson. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to go with TJ Parker, edge out of Clemson. I think they're probably going to re-sign Jalen Phillips. At least that's kind of where I feel they will go. So maybe they're not in the market for a edge. Maybe go corner. Then again, I mean, that's the question. What other spots can they go here? I think they could go for a left tackle of the future, or a right tackle of the future, excuse me. I think that could be in the realm of possibilities, getting a corner next to Quinion Mitchell, since Cooper DeJean mainly is in the slot. So, okay. Pick 23, the New York Jets go with Casey Concepcion, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. He's been having a really good year, which is great. I've been a huge Mark Concepcion since he was a freshman at NC State. The Jets, you can make a good argument here, though. Adonai Mitchell's coming off a really good game. You've seen some good things from John Mechie. So wide receiver might not necessarily be the position they go with early. If they get Ty Simpson, they did in this class, maybe pairing him up with Jeremy Bernard sometime on day 2 isn't a bad option. San Francisco 49ers go with Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. So no Mekhi Lemon. Okay, is what it is. But wide receiver, that's kind of real with Brandon Ayuk probably not going to be there anymore. Outside of Pearsall and Juwan Jennings is a free agent. Like, well, what do they got outside of Pearsall? What? I riddle you this. What? All right, pick 25. Let's get this sucker going. We got Avion Terrell, corner out of Clemson, going to the Chargers. Interesting. I think the Chargers secondary is one of their stronger units. I know they've been banged up a bit. I think Still had a brief stint on IR. But yeah, Still's been really good. Who else they got playing corner there? Oh yeah, Dante Jackson. Wow, he's been really good this year. Golly. Benjamin St. Juice has played a little bit. Cam Hart, for the most part, has been all right. He's been solid. Yeah, they don't need another corner. What are we doing here? What is this, amateur hour? Carter Smith. Oh, wow. Okay, so Carter Smith, the left tackle at Indiana, is going to the Browns with this selection. This is the highest I've seen Carter Smith. I don't hate it. I think he has had a phenomenal year for Indiana. We'll see how he plays against like Kenyatta Jackson, Aaron Curry. Aaron Curry? Aiden Curry. And the Big Ten championship game, but he's 6'5", he's 305. They have him at 313 here. Kind of has a guard body, probably has suboptimal length. So I kind of feel like, which this kind of works out. Both of their guards are going to be hitting free agency. So they're going to have to do a lot of work on that offensive line. Dallas Cowboys with their second pick go Colton Hood, corner out of Tennessee. Someone was like, oh man, they're all set at corner, the Cowboys. Their corner's been playing a little bit better. And it's like, I won't go that far. Diggs is probably gone after this season. I think with Kalen Carson, he's either hurt or he's getting toasted in coverage. And I'm not saying give up on him, but what he was a day 3 prospect. So yeah, I mean with Deron Bland, you could kick him inside. Again, he's played his rookie season in the slot. He's played a bit more slot this year. They have Reddy Stewart, who's played really well. So like just adding parts, because remember, corner is a very volatile position, and Hood pretty solid. Seattle Seahawks. Ooh, they go Julian Neal, corner out of Arkansas. So 2 Arkansas guys go in the first round. That is not spicy, but that's interesting. I don't think I've seen Julian Neal since I did my eval on him like a month or so ago, so I haven't really checked back in on that. I kind of figured I'll just let that sit till the end of the year, but it looks like he's been okay. Yeah, it looks like he's been all right. Oh, okay, I'm down with that. He's got good size, 6'2", 208. So you got 2 free agents, or you got 2 corners hitting free agency this coming year. Sure, they got cash and they could bring him back, but again, corner's a volatile position. Bring in more competition and more depth. The Rams, they go with Emmanuel McNeil Warren. There we go. The safety out of Toledo. I think safety is definitely in the cards for the Rams if like Caleb Downs falls to them. Don't think twice. Get it? Or maybe even the back end here. You just go ahead and grab whoever you have as safety too. You could certainly do that. You got Cam Curl free agent, Quentin Lake free agent. So definitely a spot they can go. Sonny Styles is coming off the board finally. Linebacker at Ohio State, going to The Broncos, if you look at the Broncos, sure, maybe they have a couple of spots they can upgrade. Corner 2, Riley Moss is kind of giving up some touchdowns this year. But linebacker, they can certainly use a linebacker. I think both their stars are, in fact, free agents this year as well. But Styles is exceptional value. Pick 31, Caleb Lomu going to the Chicago Bears. Left tackle will be open. Braxton Jones set to hit free agent. Theo Benedict, I believe, is set to hit free agency as well. So they could certainly draft another guy. It kind of depends on how they feel about Ozzie Trapillo, someone who they took, I think it was at the back end of the second or early third in the 2025 draft. Lomu, for me, checks a lot of boxes. I think he still probably needs another year to season his game. But I think he'd probably be a top 10, top 15 pick in the 2027 draft. Again, if he takes that next step in his development, or he could just come out here in a class that lacks arm length. And then with the final pick, we got David Bailey going to the New England Patriots. This is just, I mean, you never truly know where a player can go, but David Bailey, I would take so much higher than this. This would be a steal. Clavon Chazon is a free agent. Do they want to pay him? They have the money to. They can if they want. He's been that good this year. But yeah, that's a phenomenal pick if you're the New England Patriots. But that's it for the mock. Let me know what do you think of Ryan Wilson's mock draft here. Let me know in the comment section below. That's it for the video. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.